Hey guys, this is TechGran here. In today's video, we'll be testing the Ryzen 5 5600 with AMD's new GPU, the 9060 XT, which is their newest budget GPU on the market here today. And I'm curious to see how this CPU GPU combo will actually do. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video and you want to see more of these videos, let me know by smashing that like button. And if there's any games you guys actually want to see me test in the future, just let me know in the comments. And for right now though, let's get into it. First game we're going to be testing with the GPU is going to be Apex Legends on everything on high settings to see how it performs. Once we drop this thing to low, we should get near double the triple FPS. It really depends on the GPU CPU combo. But I assume with this we'll get some pretty good FPS. Off the dropship right now we're getting over 160. So we should see this average around at minimum over 200, maybe 180. Are you serious right now? Okay, time to Apex Legends is now on those things. That last game I could not perform good. I was getting some good clips here and there, but besides that, I was not performing at my best.
Hostile spotted.
Enemy there.
We're inside. Taking fire. Reloading. Time to fire pop them. Grenade incoming.
Thermite out.
Recharging shields.
Broke that enemy shield.
Reloading.
Recharging shields.
Cut down an enemy. Enemy shield cracked. These bugs like a rat in a trap. Enemy shield cracked. Half of the squads have been disqualified. Fire.
Hold on, I need to heal.
That feels much better compared to earlier. Earlier I just could not get a clip at all. The next game we're testing is CSGO. We're just putting everything on low settings to get the most FPS possible out of this game because you're playing this for comp all the time, so you want the most FPS as possible. So far, we're averaging around over 260 FPS easy, which is nice to see here. Oh no! No, 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 no! Don't do me like that. No! Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. I was literally in such a bad spot, but somehow I did that everyone around me. And I toggled, bro. My Ultra Instinct just kicked in, bro. Fortnite on high settings with unlimited FPS, DirectX 12 because that's what defaults did for this GPU. And then I have everything else just kind of defaulted to high for the timing. But I will quickly say, this game on high settings, we're getting roughly around over 100 FPS on average, which is pretty nice. And the game looks very good. A little bit stuttery here, though, on high settings. It seems like the render around this area is a bit wonky. Usually Fortnite's just like that, though. When you ever play this game, it's always acts weird. Oh, yeah. Nice. First kill. Here's some gamers. What's going on, guys? What you doing? It's one. Where's your friend at? That's two. Pretty sure they're bots because there's no shot I just wiped them like that. Look, our boy just killed somebody. I'm not sure bro was not aware. Gonna use this to find people. Okay, so there's no one in that. Okay. Let's go! Easy win, easy win. And victory royale on high settings. I've had it, so it's like around 120 to like 150 on average. Next up, we got the lowest settings for Fortnite for the performance mode. This is the best mode if you want to just get the best FPS possible, but at the same time too for a competitive advantage while the game looks somewhat good. Okay, it's Fortnite Gamer, and we're getting right now over 600 to 700 FPS in the battle bus, which is kind of insane. But that's just in the battle pass. So when we actually start dropping, it should be a little frequent. Okay, still on performance mode. This is really good. Besides it being a bit stuttery here and there, that's my only issue with it. Oh, what the hell? Okay, that's just a bot. I assume once the game kind of like plays out for a bit here, it will be a less hiccuping. Right now, just hiccuping quite a bit. I think 300, near 300 to 200 FPS on average. Actually kind of insane. Damn, I got cooked! Okay, the next game we're testing is Marvel Rivals because of the game the guy wanted to play, and we have everything on high settings for the time being. We'll see how this goes. So far, around like above 140, averaging near 150. Not bad. Come here, boy. Okay, they got the healer. Oh, I gotta back up. Okay, well, we just claimed the point. Nice, nice. I did not go that bad. So what we're gonna do is run everything on low now just to see how much FPS we get. We're averaging like around 140 on high, and other times it's lower than that. I'm getting target, I'm getting focused because everyone knows I'm doing so much damage. So it looks like we're now averaging, instead of 140 on average, we're averaging now around like 160-ish almost. Bro, that guy just like got so lucky. There we go. Oh, oh, oh no! I flew right into him! I like just gonna look at the freeze kill on me because of that. The next game we're testing is Valorant on medium settings. I don't feel like it matters you play low or high settings because all the colors and everything are very flat in the first place. So we should get some really good FPS. We're like averaging around like over 300 most times around, depending on the area of the map. But I suck with the Vandals to the very least, so I'm using the Guardian. I was never really good at Valorant. I was always good at CS:GO, but this game was not my cup of tea, to the very least. Oh my god! God damn! Ooh! Okay, I'm getting warm now. I'm getting the hang of it. Point and click gamer. Oh, I know you want these headshots. Ooh, I thought I won that for a second there. That one felt pretty good. That was nice. So the next game we're testing is Rust. So what we're gonna do is start on high settings and then we'll go off to potato settings. This will be really interesting to see how the CPU GPU combo works for Rust, because Rust is one of those games where it's much more CPU bound than it is GPU bound. So we should see some interesting results. Okay, welcome to Rust. We got the game already loaded on up, and man, on high settings it is not looking that good. It is like, okay, that's just kind of jank looking. Yeah, no, Rust right now on the server, right now on averaging over 70 FPS, which is pretty good. Nothing too insane. Like, the game looks really, really nice, and that's the cool thing about Rust. It just looks very, very good. But it seems like the frame drops are very much noticeable to the very least. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch this to low settings because I don't know why Potato's not showing up. And we're gonna see how much FPS we get now when we do that. Okay, now that we enable low settings, we're now averaging, instead of like around fluctuating between like 30 and 70, we're fluctuating over between 80 and 90 consistently, which is actually very nice and still looks very good. I could probably optimize the settings a little bit more to get rid of some of like the unnecessary stuff and make it not look as pretty, to get a little bit more FPS, like over 100. But I think this is more playable. This is very good. Okay, the next game we're testing is the finals. I haven't played this game in forever, so it's gonna be interesting to see how this is. So we got unlimited FPS, max FOV, and everything is on high, and of course, the RTX ray tracing is enabled for medium, which is interesting because AMD has their own ray tracing, but I'm not gonna enable it for the time being since it's like doesn't matter. So also, this game like looks pretty good in high settings. I kind of want to try the RTX real quick just to kind of get a general idea. Like, does it actually work on these GPUs? Because supposedly the AMD has gotten better at it. So it looks like the RTX is enabled. Not gonna lie, it works, but kind of weird. The colors are kind of smudge. Like, not particularly the best. Like, don't get me wrong, it looks good. The FPS though is like, oh, we just like lost 80 or 70 frames from it, which is kind of atrocious in all fairness. Like, not really worth what we just spent, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's something to the very least. And we're gonna put it back on static because, like, the RTX is not worth it. So, without RTX, we're like around, like, above average 130 FPS. With RTX on, we were around, like, 100 FPS, which is like not really worth it at all. Especially for this game. This game you want to have like 120 at minimum because it's so fast paced. It's like actually ridiculous how fast paced it actually is. There's a flashbang. No, I got doinked. So what we're gonna do is try everything on low now just to see how much FPS we actually get. Come on, we got that last second. We won? I don't know how we pulled it off, but our boy came in clutch last second to steal that. That was actually perfect timing for him. This game is literally just all about the third party, man. Whoever gets the third party gets the win. That's all it is, man. So the next game we're testing is Overwatch. Now, keep in mind, I have everything set to high for the time being. I could probably do ultra, but I think high is just primarily the best to see how this game will actually perform. But rather rip, on high settings, we're over 300 FPS, and it plays very, very well. Not like super insane FPS, but I'd say over 300 and any game's actually really, really good. Of course, I've not played Overwatch in a while, so I am just trying to figure out the keys again because I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing at times. Okay, but I used to play Reinhardt a whole lot, so I should be able to get some pins off the map. Okay, nice. Oh, just squish him right there. Gotta back up. I just got poisoned. Lovely. I can't get healed now. So what we'll do is we're gonna switch everything to low settings just to kind of see how it performs now. How much? No, I got off the point. I was supposed to get off the point. Okay. Let's say Overwatch felt pretty good. So we're trying next Splitgate because they got their new BR mode, which is trending right now, and we're doing everything on high for the timing, and then afterward we will try on low settings as well.
Drop initiated.
Okay, not gonna lie, I thought we'd get more FPS, but I tracked my previous statement. The game's a little bit more demanding than I thought it would be. So on high settings, we're getting right now on the map around fluctuating 40 to actually 100 FPS. It's very, very inconsistent. Then again, a lot of the newer games that have been coming out have been very, what's the word? Not optimized. Very poorly at that. So I would say this is all right. Definitely not I would recommend playing at because it's playable to not to the same degree as I'd like it to be. I'm going to try medium just to kind of see how medium does. That should be better. So medium settings, we're actually getting way more consistent FPS. Around like on low 80, on high 140 to 200. It's so weird how that works.
Nice one.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this game. It feels like when I played Halo in my prime because like it just feels that good. I like the movement. It's not as good as Apex, but like, it feels pretty nice. It's like a spawn point. What is going on? Can I just shoot through that? Damn! This gun's insane! Okay. So next we're gonna do is Splitgate 2 on low settings. What's my teammate? Oh my god, I suck, I suck, I suck, I suck. Okay, dude, what am I supposed to do with that, bruh? So I want to go over my final thoughts now on this CPU GPU combo. I just want to quickly say the Ryzen 5 5600 and the RX 9600 XT was a pretty good combo. Not the craziest results in the world, but I was pleasantly surprised with the actual results because some of the games we were gaming on, we were actually getting over 200 to 300 FPS at times, which is kind of wild. In other titles, we weren't getting as much. It was sometimes mostly due to the game being not really the most optimized, but I thought we were going to really find a bottleneck between the GPU and CPU. There was a bit of a bottleneck for 1080p gameplay on the actual CPU side of things, but it wasn't so much of an impact that we were losing like 20 to 30 FPS. I was kind of surprised on that part. I do kind of question how good the CPU GPU combo if we switched out the CPU with something like a newer CPU from AM5, like the Ryzen 5 7600. I assume if we do that CPU, we won't be CPU bottleneck. It might even be GPU bottleneck because all the newer AM5 CPUs are very good at getting the most performance out of older GPUs and somewhat budget GPUs right now in the market currently. So I plan to test that in a future video, so if you don't want to miss on that, definitely get subscribed. So the question is, would I recommend this CPU and GPU combo? I would say yes and no. The reason why I'm saying yes is because if you are on a very tight budget and you're looking to build a budget PC, you're probably going to build an AM4 because you're going to spend around like $700 to $800. And if you spend $800, you can pick up this CPU and GPU combo and then hold on to the GPU later, because when you do upgrade later to an AM5, you can get more performance out of the GPU because you're on the AM5 platform and they take very good utilization of older GPUs or even budget current GPU. And the reason why I'm saying no is because if you're going to spend $800, why not just save up another $200 to go for a $1,000 PC build that can actually have like the Ryzen 7 7600, and on top of that too with this GPU, which you get more performance out of it, and then you have a longer longevity with actually the actual platform. And if you guys did find today's video helpful or even interesting, make sure to smash the like button. I'll see you guys from now on. TechGran out.